Today Show Health, sponsored by Calypso.
Now, according to the Irish Cancer Society, cases of melanoma have almost trebled in the last 20 years, highlighting the fact that Irish people are still unaware of the importance of sun safety. Head clinician at the Monkstown Laser Skin Clinic, Peggy Stringer, you're very welcome to the show. How come this has trebled in the last 20 years, Peggy?
I guess there's a few reasons. One is because, well, number one is because we are not listening to the warning signs out there of cancer. The other is that we're living longer, and if we don't, we're living longer, which means that there are more people being diagnosed because of the awareness. There are more people being diagnosed, so therefore, if there are more people, some people are listening, so there are more people being diagnosed, so therefore the rate is rising.
But even though we do have more people, Peggy, people are really not listening, though.
No, they aren't.
Which is a huge, huge problem.
It is a huge problem. I mean, the statistics now this year, we have 12,000 new cancers diagnosed this year in 2018 alone. Out of that 12,000, we have 1,200 malignant melanomas. And out of 1,200, we actually have approximately 159 deaths every year from melanoma.
What is melanoma? What's the difference between melanoma and skin cancer?
Well, skin cancer is divided into melanomas and non-melanomas, so malignant and non-malignant skin cancers. Your non-malignant are your basal cells and your squamous cell carcinoma, and they are actually, they're 100% treatable, where melanomas are not always as lucky as that. Not always as lucky as that,
because I was reading somewhere as well that, is it 60% of adults last year got sunburn?
Yes, isn't that horrific?
I couldn't believe it.
Well, 60%, they did a survey on 1,000 people between the age of 18 and 24, and out of that 1,000 people, 60% of them got sunburned. And it's funny that when they did another survey, and it's funny when you talk to people who are, when the sun comes out, 2 out of 10 people will reach for a sunblock, and 8 out of 10 reach for their sunglasses.
Are most skin cancers preventable, Peggy?
95% of all skin cancers skin cancers are preventable. So why are we not listening?
So if 95% are preventable, how come is it say that you catch it early enough? Is it or how does it work? If you want to, like, say, do you feel ill, or is it if you get a sunburn, should you get a check straight away?
Every time you get a sunburn, from the age you're born until you're adult, every time you get a sunburn, you are at a higher risk of getting skin cancer.
Now, define sunburn, because I know there are different levels of sunburn. Sometimes you can just feel it in your skin, but sometimes you can get a right burn.
Well, you don't even have to get a right burn to diagnose to make it a sunburn. When your skin goes red, that is, and when you can feel a bit of heat in your skin, that is sunburn. Even the mildest sunburn, repeated, will cause damage in future.
The stat you spoke about earlier on, Peggy, you said that 1,200 new cases of melanoma last year, and that was 112% of women, but 253% of males.
The reason why women when they get diagnosed, or when they get a spot, or they go and they do something about it. But men don't. Men have a tendency to wait, as I'm sure they wait until something gets worse, and then eventually they go and get diagnosed. And therefore there's a higher mortality rate, and in fact one of the highest mortality rates in skin cancer is in the construction industry. 1 in 4 of our construction, outdoor farming industry die of cancer.
My God.
Of the cancers that we have, 1 in 4 of those are from the construction outdoor industry.
Outdoor industry. Now tell us all about the Sun Smart Code.
Sun Smart Code, it's we sort of, I think, took this from the Australians, because the Australians actually dropped the rate of cancer by the Sun Smart Code. It's we need to seek the shade, we need to put on our factor, we need to put on our sunglasses, our clothes and whatever. So the Australians said slip, slop, slap, seek and slide. So slip on your shirt, slap on your factor, slap on your hat, seek the shade, and slide on your sunglasses. But they must be UVA, UVB protected sunglasses.
Peggy, you're going to stay with us for a while, but if you at home have any concerns about skin cancer, you could head over to hse.ie for more information. Now, for those of you who are unsure of how much sunscreen you should apply, we have our very own sun goddess, Nuala Carey, on the other side of the studio with a half-naked man.
Thank you, Dahi. Well, Peggy, you're going to come over now.
Are you going to share?
Yes, you're going to help us apply sunscreen correctly.
Yes.
So we have Timmy, our model, with us now, and as we get closer to summer, but we have that good weather with us at the moment.
We have.
How much should you be using? I think this is where a lot of people fall down, Peggy.
Actually, it takes about 35 mils to cover the whole body. So you have to make sure that, I mean, this is a very good one here from Calypso. It's Press and Protect. And on the back of it here, you will see the number of presses that it will take to cover any part of the body. So, you know, you really can't go wrong.
Because when you say...
stick to the rules and you will cover the body.
Because 35 mils, I mean, lots
35,
of people don't know how much... Yes, so in terms of presses.
Well, for, say, from here to here, you're looking at 2 presses from here to here. But the important thing when you're pressing and you're covering, you must make sure to do the back of the neck, the tips of the ears, because these are areas that are very high in melanomas and in getting skin cancer. So it'll take about 3 presses to do the whole back.
OK, so I'm going to get you to get started on Timmy's back.
Is that okay, Timmy?
And I'm going to ask you a few questions also while you're doing that.
Okay, well, can I just...
Oh, you go on ahead, yeah.
So there's 3, OK.
So there's been quite a reaction to this piece. Kira from Dublin asks...
OK, see, we're getting right up here and in behind, anywhere that's where the skin is exposed, you have to get up in
the
there.
Tops of the ears. You had mentioned farmers, construction workers, so particularly important.
Yes.
Now, is it true that more expensive sunscreens are better?
No, it's not true. There was a skin research done in the UK even last year, and they say that we're all have to live by the European standards. Okay, so it says that really it's false to think that more expensive ones are any more effective than the expensive ones, and really you're just paying for the brand name.
OK. Another question, Sarah in Mayo asks, she says that she has sallow skin and she doesn't burn, but will she still tan if she wears sunscreen? Well,
we do have a one here with a Calypso as well. It's called Tan and Protect. And you can actually put on your tan. It has a melanin boosting ingredient in it. So you can actually use that and you can tan under it, but you also protect your skin. And it's more ideal for darker skins than it is for our Celtic skins.
Now, I know with today's good weather, there will be people out and about who unfortunately will be sunburnt by the end of the day. But I suppose more often than not, we have cloudy weather. And Rory in Longford asks, can you still burn when it's cloudy?
Don't be fooled by the clouds. The UVAs and the UVBs still come through the clouds, without a doubt. Even on the cloudiest of days, UVA is your for protection against. This has UVA and UVB, so your UVA is protection against aging, and UVB is protection against burning. And yes, it does. The UVBs come through the clouds.
Okay, and just one last question I'm going to ask you: can you use sunscreen from last year if you opened the bottle last year?
Generally, sunscreens last for about 5 years until you open the bottom. So you need to check your bottle, because on the back of every bottle, you'll see there are 12 months. You'll see this little one here. There's 12 months. I have no glasses on, but
yes, I can see on this one it says 18.
18 months.
So when you open that, you have 18 months. From the day you open that, you've got 18 months to use it up. But I mean, if you're using it the way you should be, you won't be needing... Yes, you should have used it all by the end of the season. Yes, you should have used it, exactly. Thank you very much, Peggy. Thank you, Timmy, as well. And for more information about the products used today and more sun safety tips, check out calypsosun.com or head over to the RTE Show Facebook page.
Today Show Health, sponsored by Calypso.